Hello friends, this is Roski Designs here, bringing you a tutorial on God knows what right now. I believe it's going to basically be how to add gradient maps and light curves and stuff like that to make your pictures that you are making in Photoshop look extra cool and whatnot. So I'm going to open the Photoshop right now to get all this stuff up so that I can show you guys how to do cool stuff in Photoshop. So I do not want that. I am currently on a touch screen right now. I'm going to create a new thing. I do not want that. I'm trying to do touchscreen right now because it's a stupid idea, but I want to do it anyway. Let's see here. Okay, 1920 by 1080. Press OK, and then bam. Okay, so this is the basic layout for a background. So I'm not going to show you guys how to do 3D text in this tutorial, but I will show you how to make your 3D text or text in general really sexy. Come on. Whatever. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and make this tutorial a whole lot easier, and I'm going to go ahead and size this down. I am holding shift and I am while I am doing this so that it remains its same general shape. So for the people that are not new with Photoshop, we are newer Photoshop and you're learning how to do stuff with Photoshop. One of the most important things that I learned fairly late in the ball game is that you need to actually, I'm going to do something just a little bit different today. Is you need to be able to size down stuff correctly and whatnot. So let's see here. Okay, I'm actually going to do something a little different than what I originally was going to do here. Okay, so obviously I have this whole Ruski design thing going on. What's not? It's cool, whatever. Not really big deal. It looks nice. Everybody's happy. Okay, so first off, I got the background, right? Okay, I got the layer there. Okay, so I'm going to stop right now. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to ask. I have my friend here. This is Nick. He is not very good with Photoshop. He has not done very many things with Photoshop. Both of us know this, and he recognizes it too. And basically, I'm going to be asking him throughout these tutorials I'm doing, most likely. I don't know how many tutorials he's going to be with me with, but at least for now, I'm going to be asking him, for reference, how is this going to relay to the people that are very new at Photoshop. So anyway, Nick, is what I am saying relaying to you very well?
Yes.
Okay, great. Great, okay, I'm doing a good job then. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I have the gradient tool and I am making a sort of radius sort of thing that kind of adds depth to the picture. Okay, the gradient tool's on the left. Most of the time you see the paint bucket tool, but the gradient tool is under it or over it or whatever. Sometimes it depends on how your Photoshop is configured. So anyway, I'm going to make a deep blue and the dark. I'm gonna start out on the left side with the dark blue that goes into a light blue. Let's see how this looks. And bam. That doesn't look too bad. It adds a little depth into the picture. Let us make it a little darker on this blue. Just so it's not too noticeable, but it's good. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with it. Okay. So now I'm just going to merge these layers right here. I'm going to merge these layers. right here, merge layer, and now this is going to be one layer, so that I can fool around with it. Okay, so I'm going to be double clicking on it. I'm gonna go with the color overlay. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and select the gradient right there. Okay, see, it's a nice gradient, right? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and what I just did right there is I used this little tool right here. All you have to do is just come off of it, and then you click, you know, it kind of picks the color you want. Okay, so I'm going to be going to soft light because it adds a nice tone to it. It's not too overbearing over the original word. It still makes it look like it's naturally on the word itself. And I'm going to be adding a drop shadow to make it look like it's more in the picture and more, you know, just sort of, you know, along, you know, inside the picture. So I'm going to stop and ask Nick, is this all relaying well?
Well, yeah, it is. It's
Are there
I
any
understand.
questions you have to ask about this so far?
Not really.
Okay, great. Now let us go on. Okay. So we got something basic, not too bad, not too good. Okay. So I'm going to be going to my documents folder, and I'm going to be going to my GFX pack. Probably at 100 subscribers, I'll put out some sort of graphics pack or whatever. Just keep it'll be a good graphics pack. I'm trying to be generous with all this, but most of the graphics packs you see nowadays have a lot of stuff in the graphics packs. Really, that I mean, you see it over and over and over again. I've downloaded many graphics packs where I've downloaded one graphics pack and I've downloaded the next graphics pack, and it's like the same thing in both of them. You see a lot of the same stuff in the graphics packs. So I'm just gonna add some sort of a texture. I don't like that texture now. I'm gonna add some sort of a texture, just some random texture. I don't want a grunge texture. I like this black background texture, so I'm going to use this texture. It's very subtle and it adds a nice artistic flair to it. So I'm just going to add this and go down, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go to linear dodge so that it adds nice little texture, but it's still on top of the blue thing on the background. It adds a nice little texture to it. So yeah, I mean it adds like that oomph to it. It may bring it out for your audience. So now I am going to be messing with the words themselves, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to put clipping masks on words. Okay, so let me just go ahead and get some sort of lighting effect or whatever inside it. Okay, this looks like a good lighting effect. Yeah, that's a good lighting effect. Okay, so I'm just gonna go add the soft light, or no, I'm not even gonna add the soft light. I'm gonna add the linear dodge. That looks good, right? Okay, guys, that looks good. It looks looks really nice. So it's got the linear dodge on it. Okay, and I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to rasterize the layer so that I can edit it and make it black and white so that it can blend in with the background. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Alt, and I am going to click in between the layer one, which is oh sorry, I'm going to pull it down, and I'm going to press Alt, and I'm going to click in between the design in the Ruski designs and netting, and it's going to make it where it's just in this little area. Anyway, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and turn down the fill a little bit, just so that it kind of adds the little oomph to it, makes it a little more interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and see if okay. See, now that looks good right there. I mean, you know, just fiddle around with the settings anyway. I mean, all the clipping mask really is so that you can kind of add a little oomph and whatnot to a picture, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add this nice little, like, nebula looking light effect to it, to the back. Let's see here. Let's see what happens if I add the clipping mask to it, okay? There's just random clipping masks. It's kind of interesting. You'll see here. See, I mean, that looks good, does it not? Does all this make sense to you, Nick?
Oh yeah.
Okay, anyway. Instead of doing that, I'm just gonna kind of make it a little screen or something like that. Actually, never mind. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to delete this. Delete this, okay. And see, I'm just bear with me here while I come up with something that kind of. Okay, yeah, I like this one. I like this one. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, this is good, right? I like this background a lot. I actually have used this in a couple of things before, so that adds a little tech-looking stuff to it. Okay, so at this point of the tutorial, I am going to teach you guys about clipping masks. So okay, we're going to go down into the right hand corner, down at the bottom, and we're going to click on this little circle right here. That is a half dark, half light. Almost look like a yin yang, but not quite. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting a gradient map on it. Okay. And what this is going to do is it's basically going to help the whole thing just pop out at you. Okay. Okay. So there's either two places where this gradient map is going to pop up, depending on where it is. It's either going to pop up randomly over in this area, or it's going to be popping up over here, okay? Because on my old computer, it used to pop over here, now it's popping up over here, it's not a big deal. Anyway, really, I mean, depending on what color you want, it's not a big deal. But anyway, the job I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of make this Ruski design, or the Ruski design pop. You know, add a little artistic flair to it, you know, okay? So I'm going to add a soft light to it. Or actually, I kind of like the overlay. Let's look at the linear dodge. No. See, it's interesting. I mean, you find out a lot when you're just, you know, testing different stuff. So that's what it was before. That's what it is now. So let's go ahead and take it just a little bit, tone it down a little bit. So now it's kind of, you know, it's kind of added a little pop to the whole background. It's really, you know, added a little artistic flair to it, as I might say. Has that sunk in, Nick?
Yeah.
It's interesting,
Yeah.
is it not?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to teach you guys about a little bit about light curves and whatnot. Light curves are fairly interesting. All it really is just this little curve thing right there that kind of, you know, helps you choose crap to do. I mean, it's really not a big deal at all, but
Ooh, whoa.
You can do a fairly decent amount of stuff with it. You want to do something a little crazy like that, or if you want to just, you know, add a little oomph to it, you know.
That's more
Yeah.
than just
Yeah. So anyway, you can actually. Yeah, obviously it's a little more than just a oomph to it, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have it as a clipping mask. On the Ruski design. As you can tell, it's only affecting the Ruski design now, right? So on top of that, it added a little oomph to it. So now, I am going to be just working on this in titles wallpaper right here, and I'm going to be working on some light curves for the in titles wallpaper. I'm going to add the clipping mask, and then I'm going to start working on it. So it's going to be like a little brighter, a little darker, a little crazier, whatever. I don't really know yet. I'm going to go ahead and like maybe make it a linear dodge. I like that look. Let's just let's just go ahead and see what we can come up with for the rest. See what we can come up with. Ooh, hard light looks good, see. See, all these look very nice, but I'm still going to go back to the linear dodge, and then I'm going to take the fill opacity down to like an 87 or something like that. Doesn't really matter anyway. I'm going to be like just going ahead and just adding random light curves to make it look nice and whatnot. Hey, I kind of want to make it a little let's see here. I want to overlay. It just seems like linear dodge is really the only way to go right now. Yes, I believe it's going to. I'm because okay, yes. Look at these. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll just go ahead and take that. See, now this back layer has become completely obsolete, so I'm just going to delete that because it was distracting from the whole thing in the first place. So I'm just gonna go to. Let's see what I can come up with for this. Okay, so yeah, I'll just go to a screen and now let's scroll around with the curve for this. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And now I'm gonna add. Now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and do a little bit of photo filtering on the top of the whole thing to make it a little bit like like a cooling filter or something like that to kind of see like you know it adds a bit of like continuous. I don't even really know. It just makes the whole picture look like it's all one scene or something like that. So photo filter is really simple. You know, I really don't care for screwing around with colors. You know, just put on the cooling filter or warming filter is usually like an orange or red or whatever. So I'm just going to have a cooling filter on there, and so that is what our end product is. Is not too bad actually. So I would really like for you guys to comment in the section in the comments below to tell me how this tutorial has been helpful for you, or if whatever. Really, I don't care. I just really want to be able to help you guys get better graphics design and whatnot. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, have a nice day.